Oh man, this is life in the fast lane.
Here we are.
Episode 7, 10 weeks. 10
10
weeks, double digits.
Yeah, 10 weeks to the day.
Has it gone fast? Has it gone slow? Has it gone both?
You know, I think this was the first week. You hear a lot from other people who have had kids. They're like, enjoy all the time you can. It goes so fast. Smell them as much as you can. That smell goes away. And certainly I've had those moments where I'm like, oh, he's not doing this sound, or I'm afraid he's not going to do it. But this last week was the first time I was like, oh my God, he's not the same anymore, and he's never going to be that anymore. And oh my, yeah, it kind of caught up with me a little bit.
Was there one change in particular?
He's fat. He's fat. He's chubby. I mean, his cheeks. I mean, it's only because everything. It is all coming together. I think he's fatter. He's gotten those rolls, those elbow dimples, and cheeks, and then he's also, the recognition and seeing you and interaction and loving to read. I mean, he's not reading, but shapes and things like that. We have these books, the black and white shape books, and we have some that have a few colors because he's able to see reds and greens. That is what they tell us at this stage, and it's wild. But he just goes nuts. Yeah, for it. You turn the page and it's just a bunch of triangles, and it's just like, he's trying to formulate sentence. Oh, it's wild. That's been a lot of fun to watch, but also just like, what is that? What is that thing that he's connecting up? But it's the idea that we've learned, or that I'm learning this week, that it's patterns. So he's starting to recognize and associate patterns. We have this pillow on our couch that is repetition patterns, and they're green. And now he'll be sitting there, and then he's just like, and staring. Just is like, wow, this pillow. It's the best. And he loves this one too, because we've got greens and reds and shapes and things like that. Oh, yeah. And if he's kind of like in a fussy mood, which has been happening, it's another thing I wanted to kind of bring up this week. In the office where I'm at now, we've got like the little baby Bjorn, like bouncy angled, bouncy thing. And if he's kind of in a mood, I can just set that in front of him, and he's just like.
So he's not even him in it; it's him looking at it.
Oh yeah. Oh no, looking at the pillow while he's in the bouncy.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, we've had. I feel like a lot has happened in a week. I've actually maybe been trying to take better notes of things, because I feel like I'm still having, no sleep, mush brain, pregnancy brain, whatever you want to call it. Where I come to this every time and we start talking, I'm like, I know there was something I wanted to share. Right. And, eventually we get there. But I've been trying to be a little bit better this week of taking notes of things. But one of the things that has been coming up is some kind of inconsolable fussing. And what I learned this week is that it is actually like a phase. They've actually named it. And it's called the purple phase. And it's a thing where they just cry and cry to where their face becomes purple. And parents come into the emergency department to see my wife all the time. Like, nothing I do, it won't do anything, and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah, well, he doesn't have a fever. We've run all the tests. Like, there's nothing happening other than this is a phase that occurs when they're kind of in those major development phases as well. But yeah, it's kind of wild. I have the pulled up here. Purple is the acronym. P for peak, U for unexpected, R for resists soothing, P for pain-like face, L for long-lasting, and E for evening. And it does kind of happen. Wow. He's always kind of been fussy around the 4 or 5 o'clock sundown or before dinner era, or time, rather, of day. It's gotten worse, where it's just like oh God, like the screeches are deafening, curdling, blood curdling screeches. And he's just like, oh my God, what's wrong? Like, what happened to you? Is like something bit you that I can't see? But yeah, so it's an actual thing that a lot of kids go through in development stages. And
do they say how long it usually lasts? Is there an average?
I don't know. Other than it is somewhat normal. I mean, some of the things my wife was sharing with me is that it can last for a couple of weeks, and sometimes it's longer, sometimes shorter, but it's not like an every moment thing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's kind of not a lot to do, but, you know, try passing it off, share the responsibility of handling them at that time so that both people aren't having, you know, the screaming in the ears.
Yeah.
But yeah, that peak of crying, which is like the highest point of crying in a baby's life. So this is like the phase where that can really happen. And the unexpected and unpredictable crying without an apparent reason, it just kind of all of a sudden he's there, and then it's like, nope, nothing's going to work anymore. No pacifier, no rocking.
Really?
We've got the exercise ball, and that like bouncing on that with him is like the thing that has always, no matter what, kind of gotten him soothed or even put him to sleep, and that doesn't work. And within that he kind of resists it, so that's what the R is, like the resisting soothing. No matter what you do, he's just gonna have to have his moment.
How long does that usually last for you guys, at least so far?
It's like 20, 30 minutes, you know, roughly, or, you know, that's a guesstimation. It's probably 10, but it feels that long, you know?
Right.
But yeah, some phases of it are longer. I feel like there's been days where it's like, oh my God, it's just like nothing is working. My wife got caught in a car ride home with him alone after out seeing some coworkers on Sunday, and it was just like, the whole ride home, 20 minutes, when I got there to help, she's like, please come help. Picked him up, and he's just super hot and sweaty, and he's just like, the tears are flowing, those loud screeches are happening. But yeah, it's kind of a new thing. I had never heard of that, but I guess, you know, it happens often enough that they have a whole acronym for it, and it's something that can come up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it kind of peaking with 2 weeks and gradually decreases afterwards, is what they say. You can check for unmet needs and get support, but it's kind of just one of those things you kind of have to go through, and it's long lasting. In the notes on like one of the sites online, they say it can be hours. Ours has never lasted an hour. Yeah, can you imagine? I mean, that's back to what we touched on a few episodes ago about, you know, never shake the baby. It's like when this is just nonstop, you can understand people get pushed to the edge. And
so, do you guys tend to, like, has your reaction so far been to try to hold him, or has it gotten to like, let's just put him down and walk away and just let him cry, or what's been your approach to that?
It seems that even within the moments where it seems like you can't console him, putting him down makes it worse. So you just kind of, we've been holding on to him, but he's been extremely clingy like that all the time. Like there was, you know, we're only 10 weeks in, so there was a phase where if he fell asleep, I could put him in like one of the chairs down and while I made like breakfast or something, or coffee, and it's like, okay, I got him into a nap already after the first feeding in the early morning. I can make breakfast, put him down, and then, you know, I'll pick him back up after if he wakes or whatnot. But now it's just like, if he falls asleep in your arms, if you put him down, he wakes back up. He just is super clingy and wants to be held all the time, which can be a part of this as well. But
it's crazy not only how much he changes in this short time, but also just as you're talking, how many different phases he and you guys have gone through. That's just crazy how many different stages there are in just such a short amount of time already.
Yeah, it's true. And maybe that's why it felt like so much happened this week, is it was a major shift to have
Yeah.
that come in. But yeah, so back to the first question, has it been long or short? It feels like now the time has gone so quickly. Before it kind of felt like, yeah, no, this is kind of, just trying to get through and, but now it's just like, oh my God, yeah. I can't believe it's already been 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Looking back at photos or like talking with some friends who I haven't spoken with in a while, it's like, oh yeah, we've got a kid. They're like, oh my God, send photos. And it's like, well, I have to send them these older ones so that they see what it was. But it's like, oh man, when you look at the photo evidence, it's like, yeah, major changes.
Last week you were saying you were getting maybe like 4-hour chunks of sleep. Has this purple phase changed that?
No, it hasn't. If anything, maybe he wears himself out so much when he does have it. It hasn't been an everyday thing for us, and so we're kind of even
good.
second guessing if it is the actual thing that's happening with us. It's come up, and we've had a couple of those moments, but when it does happen, he really works himself up into such a frenzy that I think he exhausts himself. And so that first stretch of sleep has actually gotten longer in this week. We've had quite a few 5-hour stretches.
That's not bad.
No, that's doable, man. That's workable.
Yeah.
It's weird though, now getting even a little bit more sleep, I feel like somehow I'm more tired. But yeah. And, there are the nights in this week where it's same thing. It's like a 3-hour stretch and you're just kind of, you feel tricked,
Right. You get that false sense of security as in, oh, it's going to be like this from now on. And then it's
no, it's not. Now that's kind of been the newest development or thing that I've had to learn this week of what that is and what it means. And I mean, not that I've learned what you can do about it because there really isn't much you can, but maybe just to put that out there and share because it does happen quite often with a lot of kids. So people may run into that as we are, and it doesn't feel normal, but it is a thing that happens. So I guess it is normalized. But
and that's a huge difference, especially if it's an inconsolable crying. It's good to know that at least knowing that it's something that can happen as opposed to just being so confused, like at least knowing it is a thing.
Possibility. Sure.
Yeah. It's gotta be a lot of help that, okay, it will be fine. It might not feel fine right now, but in the big picture, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, especially when he gets, or any baby, but when he gets so worked up that his face does start turning purple and you're just like, oh no. What have I done? There must be something really wrong here.
Right.
But no, it's just he's just going through the growth. I don't know. It's no one. I don't think anyone actually knows what it's attributed to, but growing pains in some form or another.
Right.
It's hearing those high pitched screeches. Those are new and man, blood curdling. And it's just hard when you can't do anything.
Right.
It feels like you're helpless.
Yeah, it especially, you can't just sit and with words explain what is happening or what is going on or ask, I can definitely understand why you would feel just exasperated and just not knowing what to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Eating is going well. The feeding is going well.
Feedings are great. I mean, we've done some more bottle, done another feeding of that so that my wife could be out and about a little bit longer.
And he's still taken to it pretty well?
Yeah. Again, no second guessing, just happy to be eating.
Nice.
And it's kind of wild to see, talking with my wife about the process of breastfeeding and the things that happen between her and our son, and then kind of interacting with that through the feeding, even through a bottle. Yeah. Because there's many different bottle companies out there. And some of them, if you turn it upside down, it will actually drip, and some won't. And, you know, you kind of want to get one that won't, is what
Right.
I've learned, because otherwise, if the child is pausing, there's still milk coming in,
Yeah.
and that, you know, can cause some where they're taking in more with air and then causes
Sure.
hiccups or needing to be burped. But
Yeah.
there's a thing that the kid does where it stimulates the nipple to inform the boob to have letdown, and like my wife can actually feel the letdown. Like, it's a term that she uses, that it's to describe that the milk is coming into the breast, and how the kid knows to do that. It's just innate, biological.
Right.
Another mystery.
What the heck?
But when I'm feeding him and he takes a pause and I kind of drop the bottle so I'm not, in case it is dripping or whatever, to give him his time to rest, I feel that little, you know, kind of vibration
Really?
thing he does with his tongue. And it's like, oh, okay, he's ready again. And so he's kind of,
that's so funny.
he's just doing it because, you know, he probably thinks it's still just the boob in some form or another.
Right.
Though confusing maybe that it's me, it doesn't seem to be confusion for him. But I can actually feel that. And so it's like that sign of like, okay, more. You're ready for more.
That's so cool.
It is. And it's only like 3 ounces, which is the other crazy thing. It seems like such a small amount. But I guess, you know, when you think of how big the kid is and how big his stomach is, it's like 3 ounces it's filling him up, you know.
Yeah.
It's all a miracle. I mean, it's just incredible.
Yeah.
If anyone's ever out there doubting themselves, you are a miracle. We all are. It's incredible.
Right?
I mean, it is unreal. Yeah, that's been another thing that I've been taking note of when doing the bottle feeds, which is pretty cool. And just to feel that connection to him of like, you know, feeding someone is a pretty intimate thing. And when it's your own son and you're helping him get nourishment, and, you know, it changes the perspective of, I mean, I like to cook. I like to, you know, help feed my wife, I guess, but it's a different thing. But it may not ever be the same now when I think of the feeding from the bottle then into, you know, been projecting myself into the future of like some type of solid foods. And what is that like, putting a spoon into their mouth and seeing them try things for the first time. And I've been trying to kind of take note of that myself. And like every time it's like, we just got some blueberries today and they were really good. And it's like, oh man, wait till you get to try blueberries, buddy. Like, they're amazing. And it's these things we kind of take for granted, you know, and the experience of it for the first time is, I mean, we can't really go back to it. We can try to like really take it in for the first time, but we already know it. So it's like, oh yeah, blueberry, you know, but when you really slow down and take it in, it's a whole other thing. And it's, you know, I'm learning that from him of like, oh yeah, this is going to be brand new. You have no preconceived notion, and to have that for the first time. Wild. I mean, think of all the flavors. And when I think of just watching him look at the world as far as he can see, and the, just the shapes and how interesting that is. It's like, how is he looking? Like, what is he, just the way he takes in everything, because it is all new.
That's the thing that's crazy, is especially as he's able to see further and further, like you were saying, like we are surprised by nothing we see. We see, oh, there's another tree, there's a road, there's a car, whatever. But every day he's probably seeing something for the first time, or, you know, taking in, and that's just, it's like day after day after day of just being blown away by what's around him.
Yeah, it helps give pause for the parents too, I suppose, if you can have that moment to just kind of like take it in as well as best you can as a first.
Yeah.
As a teacher of mindset. We aren't the same as we were yesterday, or like, we're talking about him waking up and he looks different. It's like we all do shift. Like I can see the shift in you from the weekend away and getting cleaned up a little bit for the travels that you did, but that happens every day for everyone. There's always shift and change, and life happens so fast that we don't have the time to really stop and go, oh wow, look at that, you're different, or that tree is different from the other one. But if we could maybe take it in a little bit better, a little bit slower, we might not miss so much of what's going on around us.
That's a good word too, and I would assume having a newborn or a little guy around the house, it's easier for you to kind of remember that and be reminded of that, because as you see him looking at something and trying to figure out what it is and what is even perspective and why what is moving, it's probably easier to be like, yeah, that is kind of cool that does that, or that it as things get closer they're bigger, and just things like that all these concepts that are new.
No, it's part of kind of like what we began with last week touching on, and something that my therapist was trying to remind me of is like, you don't have to be doing anything else right now. You're in the cave, be in the cave, be with the kid, and that's it. And so I guess this week too, taking that to a step further and be like, yeah, this is all we have to do. So be in that space with him. And it's amazing how much you can learn from watching someone learn the world in front of you. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Forgive me if I am annoying by asking this over and over again every week, but how is your wife and her recovery? What is she at 86%? How's she coming along?
She's coming along. I think as we talked, she's been doing the PT, and just came from some PT today as well. She's taking better note, I think, of the work because of the progress she's making in PT. She's able to recognize where she still is in need of development or whatever, or strengthening, core strengthening in particular. And so in some ways she's been dialing some things back that she feels she's been overdoing, which is kind of setting her growth back. He's getting heavier too. And so the simple thing of just having him and getting up out of the couch, is not easy even for me. It takes work, it takes effort. And so for someone who has had their core abdominal strength cut down the middle, and is redeveloping that and strengthening it, it isn't easy. And so to kind of try to eliminate some of the extra stresses on a day-to-day so that it's a purposeful thing. So I'm helping her more now. If she is down and needs to get up, I'll help you, pick the kid up. But so there's a awareness and a focus shift of how it can be helpful and when to be really working it when she's, got the professional around and she has the equipment and things like that. And when it's time to just chill, and it's okay to just chill. She's a go person. And so she needs that constant reminder for herself, and the allowance, as I do as well. That's part of the whole thing of like, I'm just stuck at home when I'm not doing anything. I need to be doing something. It's like, no, you're just here. The only thing you got to do is keep this kiddo going and be there. Just be there and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But no, it's not annoying to hear the question, and I appreciate you always asking, and I know she would as well. Progress is being made.
How much does he weigh right now?
We don't know exactly because we only have like a normal scale at home. So we've done the like get on and then add him and then do the subtractions. Like, is that, accurate?
Right.
So just under 12 pounds is the last time we did it, a couple days ago.
That's no joke, especially, again, like you were saying, for your wife, because if you were to lift up a 12-pound dumbbell and give it a couple quick curls, you're like, this is nothing. But if you do it slowly, then you really start to, and, she's not flipping them around quickly. Everything is probably done at a slower, and you feel that weight even more. I mean, that's not in general, I think when you think of 12 pounds, you think that's not that much, but it is when you're carrying it around and you're carrying that weight, not at a fast momentum filled pace, but doing slow moves. That's even tougher. So that's, sure.
And then just try getting up without using your core muscles.
Yeah. How?
Yeah. And then add the weird sensation that she always talks about of there's so much space now because there was a human being inside and now there isn't. And so it's, her uterus and everything is contracting still and getting smaller, but that also is giving more space. So her organs kind of feel like they're kind of sloshing around.
So crazy.
Oh, it must be so weird. But yeah, I mean, just think about getting up without using your core. It's impossible. And then, like you said, it isn't easy when you're constantly holding it or slowly moving it around and carrying it. Like, did grocery shopping for the week this morning and got back, and she was having to get out of the house to go to her PT appointment. And so I was like, all right, well, I'll hold him on the right side and take one bag up the stairs and then go back down. Because, of course, I couldn't set him down. He needed to be held as he's in his, like, constant, like, needy, consoling moments. So, yeah, like, lots of shifting from side to side to kind of remind myself.
Good for you. Yeah.
Actually, my wife reminded me of that. Because she's been so conscious of that. But I have noticed, there's certain ways of, like, holding that they warn you about. And putting the thumb up like that creates, like, I don't know, for lack of a better term, I call it like tennis elbow or tendonitis, And so, like, trying to remind myself to keep the thumb in and down as opposed to, like, wrapping around, because you get wrist and elbow things. And I've started to notice that I've got a little bit in both sides. Yeah.
Oh,
sure.
wow.
So, yeah, trying to take note of, like, how to hold, because I forget the term. My wife would know. That'd be one of my jobs for next week. I'll find out what the term is called. But yeah, like, just how you position your hand and the thumb in particular, because you don't realize how much you're using it when you're holding him, but it causes a strain and can cause some pretty bad pain.
I know when babies are first born, you hear a lot of, hold his head, be careful of his head, hold his head. Is that still a major concern, or like, when does that start to fade away as far as, like, being super cautious about that?
Yeah, that's why they say tummy time is so important, because it's him lifting his head up, and any kid, right?
Yeah.
Is where they start to create that strength. He's getting stronger, but there's definitely those times you pick him up and he's like, it's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Right.
Oh my God, man. I just thought you snapped your neck.
Yeah.
And we're still very conscious of it. And I am always trying to, if I'm going to hold it in a way, hold him in a way, I'm going to offer the support if he needs it. But sometimes he's, laying on my chest and he's just like, I want to see what's going on, and he's really developing, and it's something that we're working on consciously every day, to give him that time on his, as they call it, tummy time. So he's on his little mat and, it's got stimuli, whether it's you or the shape book or whatever, so that he's looking up and lifting his head on his own. It's not the biggest milestone when they start talking about like rolling over, but he rolled from stomach to back, which is a lot easier to do than to go from back onto stomach. But yeah, so progress is being made there. But it is something to be cautious of and then to be conscious of in helping develop by giving them the tummy time. So
I have to ask about the, for lack of a better word, cursed pants or cursed outfit. Every time they come into the rotation, do you skip them, or how are they doing? Are they still in existence?
They are, only because they're very stretchy material, but we're starting to phase out of that age range, like the newborn range, and getting into almost, because he's really tall for his age. He's like 75, 80 percentile in height. And so it may supposedly still fit him because he's 0 to 3 months, but you put him in it. And if it's not a stretchy thing, if it's just like a cotton material, it's not a stretchy, it's like, this is not fitting anymore, or this newborn's done. And so we are phasing kind of out of that. Phases. Yeah. The word phase seems to be the key word of this whole episode. Phases. But yeah, we're phasing out the outfits that are, too tight or small in the newborn range, and taking a look at some of the even 3 month and older, because he is taller. But yeah, we're in like the 0 to 3 range, kind of moving out of the newborn, and the infamous hedgehog that always gets dirty is still in the rotation because it's very stretchy. However, I haven't used it, and I avoid it because you're just setting yourself up. Oh yeah, I mean, it's really cute for sure, but I avoid it. Sometimes I like to roll the dice, but I haven't used it this week.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Is there anything like a garment? Like, I know some guys are really like into shoes, and like, I don't even care that he can't use them. I'm buying these super expensive pairs of shoes for him. Was there anything like that you guys had that you knew he'd grow out of, but you're like, we're going to go nuts on this?
No. I mean, we've been very fortunate, and I hope many people see this, is like, people are very kind and giving you hand-me-downs if you have friends or family members that have already had kiddos. So we've been very lucky in that regard. And a coworker of my wife's has a son that's like 2 or 3 months older than ours. And so every time he grows out of it, she's just like, well, here you go. We haven't done a lot of the purchasing, except for the sleep sacks.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like, the whole industry of baby clothes and baby things and bottles and pacifiers. And I mean, we've got them. Here's a pacifier sitting back there. We've got them like in every place you can sit down. If you don't have it with you and you need it and you're sitting down, it's like, he's just kind of going to bed. I don't want to get up and wake him. But we have like 10 different kinds of pacifier in rotation. And same with the sleep sack, or like the sleeping, because they want to be swaddled because they still have the startle reaction that will wake them up. That just happens. They go like that, and it wakes them up. And so if their hands and arms are locked down at their sides, they don't have that as much. Their arms don't just shoot up and startle them awake. Yeah. And so you keeping them swaddled, and of course for warmth and all of those things as well, and feel like they're protected and in the womb again is probably some of the sensation. But then which sleep sack to get, right? It's not just any type of swaddle. You got to find the one that, works best for your kid. And, we have found one that we like, so we did get the next size up.
Oh, nice.
And it's kind of tricky because, like, as I said, all the clothes are cute, and they all look adorable, and it's like, it's only $10. It's only $15. It's only $20. It's only $40. It's like, wait a second,
right?
Wait a second, this is adding up quickly. Yeah, when are we gonna? But yeah, no, we haven't really gone nuts on anything yet. There is like we had our registry for the baby shower through Baby List, and one of the things you could sign up for was like a bundle box of pacifiers and bottles, and then like I don't know, butt cream.
Yeah.
to get to help with diaper rash and things like that.
Right.
And because you really are applying it every time, because moisture and developing and weird the crevices and things like that, they don't have the ability to be showering and cleaning themselves all the time. So you're kind of creating that protective barrier. And one of the bundle boxes had a bunch of different creams, and the one that we really like the smell of or whatever, we're almost out of, and it's like, oh, I wonder how much that is. It's like, no way. Sorry, I'm
really?
not. Yeah, you know, and it's all organic and, you know, made from essential oils, and it's to help. It's like,
yep.
Yeah, the Aquaphor will do just fine. It'll do just fine.
Right.
But it can be a racket just like any other enterprise in our capitalist society. But.
Is there anything you've seen while you're out and about that another baby had that you were like, oh,
buddy? So one of the things that you know you start doing is you start research. It's like, oh, it's the stroller thing.
Oh, and
it's, you know, it's kind of crazy, but the different brands, and you start researching. It's like, oh, I saw that. Like, let's look up the Duna or the. Oh God, all the name. My brain is mush. Yeah, we've done the deep dives. My wife is all about the research. She's really good at that, and so we're comparing. We got spreadsheets and this, and it's like, yeah, but it's a $600 stroller.
Yeah.
Like, what are you kidding? And some of them, like the Duna one, that's a traveling one that breaks down so you can like fold it up and carry it on. And it also is a bassinet that can fit into a car. So you know, when you're traveling and you don't have to take the whole car seat, or you can take the base if you want and attach it to, you know, it's a whole thing, but it's really only big enough that it lasts like a year.
I was just going to ask. Yeah.
And so, you'll like get into an elevator, like going to the pediatrician. It's like, hey, babe, check it out. They got the, you know, the fancy one, you know.
Right.
And we got a Duna used. Yeah. And it's tricky, too, because you have to start doing research of like, well, when would it technically expire, because there's expiration dates on car seats. So this is a car seat as well as a stroller. So when does like the safety of it expire?
There's an expiration date on a car seat?
Yeah. Isn't that wild? And car seats aren't cheap either, Ed.
And not just because of the size, but there's an actual...
No, because of like the safety...
Like just wear and tear?
I don't know. Here I am like saying all this and then I don't know why. But yeah, like there are expiration dates. And, you know, some people listening may go, that doesn't matter. And it's like, and maybe it doesn't. But, you know, you trust that the manufacturer has put that out and knows, you know. And so... And
you don't want to take the chance with your kid, like your own kid. You're like,
oh, no.
You know, you can try it with your kid. But
yeah, go ahead, buddy.
I'm not going to guinea pig over here. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean... Seatbelts didn't used to be legal or illegal to be without, you know, but I would still wear one. But so we found, you know, that because you can only really use it for a year, then if it's still in somewhat good shape, I would try and resell it. Yeah. And so you start doing the research and finding used ones online. It's like, oh, wait, but you also have to see, when will this expire? Will it expire within the time frame that we're going to, you know? But we found one for just over $100, which felt like a good deal. Yeah. Compared to, they're like $6 something. And that's not the highest end stroller thing that you can get. I mean, some of these, they're like $1,500 strollers.
I was gonna say, I can imagine they can cost as much as you want to pay for one. Like that's
Oh yeah. 100%.
Wow.
And it's wild. Like that's the one thing when you're like out and about, you're like, oh shit, they got the okay, I see ya.
Right. Yeah.
Especially, our pediatrician is in South Pasadena, so you got that old money up in Pasadena,
right?
It's
That's
wild, man.
funny.
But you definitely, after you've done the deep dive and you've done the research of like, well, they do say this is the best crash test and this is the best that and this is blah, blah, blah. It's like, and it's $2,000, which means we're not going to get that,
Right.
But I'm also not about to go get a collapsible one from Kmart,
Right.
that a kid would put their dolly into. So, you got to find what works for you. But it's definitely the thing when you're out and about, you're like, oh shit, I see you over there. I know what you spend on that if you got it for brand new. And that's crazy. You're crazy. Or you're rich. Or both.
Right. Or both.
But yeah. And God bless you for it,
There you go.
Power to you.
I did want to check in with you and your Diaper Diaries and see how I know you almost got a clean escape last week. Almost. How did it go this week?
Yeah, no, I'm having a little bit more fun with it this week.
Yeah.
One of the things that we're sharing a lot of music with him.
Yeah.
And there's been like, my wife's mom is also a singer and she's written a lullaby for him and sent us a little recording, and we're going to try and help find a way to get her to record it like more professionally so we can just have that for, him. And I've got one that I've kind of put together as well. And so this week it's one I've been playing with about the Diaper Diary time, or it fits into this category. Yeah. So we'll attempt a little demonstration of it.
What? Are you going to pull the guitar out? Is this going to be a diaper ditty?
No guitar, okay. But I think you'll get the gist of where this might be going, and maybe we'll find a way to record this at some point.
Okay.
But there was a rumble in my tummy, and I started feeling funny, and then I pooped on my mom. I pooped on my mom. Something wasn't right, went to fart, but it came out as shite, and I pooped on my mom. I pooped on my mom. Felt something in my middle, so pushing, thinking it was just a piddle, but I pooped on my mom. I pooped on my mom. Papa thinks it's funny, thinks I only do it to mommy, but I pooped on my dad. So yeah, that's, it's working. So if that helps you infer of what may have happened in the week, is we've both been pooped on.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It's happened a couple times to my wife, and I sang that, after the first time, and just like I pooped on my mom, and that has stuck. Right. So it's like, well, we gotta create some lyrics. Yeah, oh yeah, it's chart topper for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you only write hits.
Some people are just touched, they're just touched.
Sorry, baby shark. Step aside.
Oh God, yeah. I hope that's gone by the time my kid likes to listen to music.
And when you talk about introducing music, is it quote unquote kids music, or is it just music you guys like and you're like, let's play it around for you as well?
No, yeah, it's music we like.
Yeah, good.
Some of them have been like lullaby things that you find online or whatever, but no, lots of classical. He like calming piano classical, or just light classical helps him sleep. Helps him relax and kind of cool down, because he is kind of in that phase still where he's resisting sleep at times. He doesn't want to have to go to sleep. All forms, all genres of the music that we like. My wife was introducing Dispatch this morning, and
wow.
She loves reggaeton as well, so there's been a lot of reggaeton.
Nice.
Brought in some Led Zeppelin for him. Everything and anything. I think I mentioned last week he was. My wife was playing some Sade for him. So yeah,
that's a good one.
Very eclectic.
Yeah,
this kid, if he pays attention, he's going to be introduced. He's going to be well versed in the musical world. Should be fun.
Is there an artist that doesn't normally, like a pop artist that has done a lullaby album that you're a fan of, or an artist that doesn't? Like, I know Lisa Loeb recorded multiple lullaby albums.
Wait,
and
I had no idea. This is going to be my work for the week. I will dig into this. I had no idea, but it makes me very excited.
I would be lying if I said I haven't put it on more than one time to fall asleep at night.
No kidding. All right. Lisa Loeb. I got to take note of this so I don't forget it in my dad's stupor. Loeb's got some stuff. Okay. I had no idea. This is great.
Yeah. So I didn't know if there was like, Dave Matthews recorded a lullaby or something like that you had discovered.
I hope there's something out there that is so out of left field that you'd never expect.
Right.
Yeah, no, the only thing that I had found is the song, I think, became more popular mainstream for us in this day and age through Oh Brother We're Out There with Go to Sleep You Little Babe.
Yeah.
And Emmylou Harris and some other great singers did a version of it, but I found like a lullaby version where they've changed some of the lyrics but have kept Go to Sleep Little Baby.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and partly because some of the original lyrics are, more about a time in our history that, isn't so sweet and nice.
Right.
It's got a nice little soothing tone to it, but it's not when you really look into the lyrics. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you pick up my drift. Not the best time in our history. But I like that song, and so to find that was like, oh, well, that's nice. And I've tried singing that to him, changing it as well, the chorus, so that it's
Oh, that's awesome. Man, it's crazy. This has been a week for you, and take a nap if you can.
Good night.
I also realized about halfway through when you said that the purple phase usually hits your little guy between 4 and 5. I was like, you know what? We record every week at 4 o'clock. That's sure a weird coincidence, Lane Compton.
I'm just I've purposely chosen to be out at that time. Sorry, babe. It's, it's what's going on. You agreed to it. No, I've when we recorded, I've heard him. I don't know if it's come through, but I've heard him a couple times. But
okay, right.
Not today.
Yeah.
But it's also, this is a day where we do the week photo, and so we give him a bath. So
nice.
I rushed to that after this. We bathe him, and then we get him on the sheepskin for the photo of the week. Yeah. So. Yeah.
And last week when we finished recording, you sent me a text with a photo of him, and I could not believe just the theme of the last couple of weeks, how much different he looked. That was insane. Like, I was not exaggerating when I was like, he's like a little guy. Like, he's just he's a little dude. It's just insane.
Yeah, he is. He's just like a human being. He's a man. Sometimes he looks like an old man.
You guys made a human. That's so insane.
Crazy.
Oh, man. Well, Lane, thanks as always for sharing. And
of course.
Yeah, always look forward to it.
Same here, Ed. Same here, buddy.